Welcome to the Reality Trifecta podcast. I am your host, coming to you live from my office as always, and today we will be recapping Survivor 49 Episode 7. The episode starts with the 3 new Kelly members as they come back from Tribal Council after voting out Shannon. Juwan and Sage look like they are dead set in working with the former Hina members against Yuli. The next day, everybody gets the news that they are all merging and they go to the Kelly Beach. One of the worst beaches in the game by far, because they are the only tribe that has been winning less compared to the other tribes. So, the 3 Kelly members have to think of a way to come up with a story to convince the Yuli members as to why Shannon went home when there was a Yuli majority. In the former Kelly tribe, the one that you saw at the beginning of the episode has Sage and Juwan with a former Hina in Steven. So, their story to the other Yuli members was that Shannon was the one who was plotting against Juwan, and Shannon had voted for Juwan at the Tribal Council, which was true, but everything that they are telling them is technically not true. I feel like throughout the entire season, it's like a movie and we're following the Yuli tribe members. You have Savannah trying to convince Sage that, like, hey, we got your back. Looking her into her eyes saying, we got you. And Sage just does not want to follow Yuli. She just wants to play her own game. And I respect that. You get to the immunity challenge where Jeff does give the news that they are all merged and that whoever gets voted out the night of Tribal Council, someone will become the first member of the jury. And this is the first time in the Survivor New era that we are getting a normal merge. Jeff also mentions that one of them could be competing in Survivor 50. So the stakes are really high and people need to compete as hard as they can to get casted onto that season. I thought the challenge was pretty cool with the groups pushing the boulder, then getting the machete, and then going up the boulder just to get on the platform to do the puzzle. I thought that portion of the challenge was cool. And then you get to the other half of the challenge where they have to balance on a beam while holding onto a stick with a ball on top of it. And after the purple edit that she has been given throughout the pre-merge of this season, Sophie S. wins the first ever immunity challenge of Survivor 49. And it ruins Yuli members' plans because Sophie S. was their target. You go back to camp and MC thinks that she needs to continue finding her idol. As she is doing it, Savannah walks into the picture, catches her trying to look for the idol. And Savannah, she's like just standing there watching MC look for the idol the whole time. Like breathing down her neck, just hovering. And she's trying to convince MC that like she's all good and she's more willing to work with them as much as the Yuli members. So is that believable? MC does find her idol in that treasure chest. Now everybody knows that MC has an idol. It's no longer a secret. Then you have talks going back and forth if Rizzo, who everybody knows he has the idol too. If whether or not he's going to play that idol as well. And they all know that him and Savannah are birds of a feather and they would flock together. The Yuli members plan on voting out Steven, while the Hina members, alongside Alex, they think that going for either Rizzo or Savannah is kind of risky. So they think Nate will be the safer option. So they go into tribal council and Jawan is monologuing about comparing Survivor to a horror film again, just like from the first episode. And for the first time, everybody is voting. Before Jeff reveals the votes, MC plays her idol. Since it's no longer a secret anymore and she just wants to guarantee her safety, she does not want people to pull a Survivor 46 on her. For the real Survivor fans, if you know, you know. By a vote of 7-4, Nate has been voted out. The Yuli members have now figured out that 2 of their former tribe mates have flipped against them, Jawan and Sage. That opens up a whole different barrier for the next episode and throughout the next few weeks of the season. And it'll make good television. That is why the merge is better than the pre-merge portion of this game. Well, this is the end of this recap. I thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys will listen to this podcast next week, where we can recap episode 8. Thank you all so much for listening, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to listen to the next one next week. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X, whatever you call it. And we'll see you all next time. Have a good day.